I'm not exactly excited for this fight. I said exactly wrong. But it's a disappointment compared to the Sullivan fight. I feel it's a little tedious as well, but it just irritates me. And in co-op it's not particularly balanced. I don't think it's fun.
You'll see. This is where Frank's imagination gets a little bit... What is that?
Yeah, this is Frank trying to insert something original.
Yeah, I think Frank's imagination fucking sucks. Stick to fucking non-fiction. Like, and this is the point where he must have got bored and said, and if I was here, there would have been a giant mech.
Just don't do fiction at all. Just leave it to professionals.
Stay as a journalist.
The harvest, Frank. Do you have any idea how many lives you've destroyed?
What?
What exactly do you think of this cutscene anyway?
You're harvesting human beings, but I'm destroying lives.
Well, it precedes a boss fight I hate. At least Frank is casual about it.
At least his blazer clips through the chair he's in. But I do like his attitude throughout the cutscene.
Transplant. And Cure's been a very convenient little tool for us. They keep starting outbreaks. Haven't you noticed? Eager little activists.
You work for Phenotran.
This is something I'd said as well before, but I feel like his personality is a little bit slightly different. He's a lot more cocky and arrogant in this, whereas obviously because he's all new to what was going on in the first game, I don't think he was as outspoken.
The thing is, he's only been in one bizarre adventure, and then a second one comes along and he's a cocky little shit. Like, this should still be really fucking weird to you. You're rolling really well with these punches.
I suppose that was for our country.
Oh, please. He was well paid for giving us access to the cages. His show was going down the tubes anyway, which was obvious since you were on it. Then he decided to get Cure on TV and rob the city. Make it hard for us to finish the job.
So what? He dragged you into this? So why didn't he give you up?
You think I'm stupid enough to deal with an asshole like that myself? But enough talk, Frank. I had a feeling you'd show up, so I prepared a little toy for you.
Wow, she had a lot of fucking time behind the scenes. So, did she throw that out before the fucking zombie attack?
There was just like, yeah, what was
Did
this?
she do this in 3 days?
Did she prepare this? Did she have time to reconstruct this? Was this already a ride? Alright, time for...
At least the camera's pulled out for this. So, here's the idea of this fight.
You only get a few seconds to hit certain areas of the mech's arms, and that you've got to wait until she slams down so then you can hit them. Don't move far back towards the exit, because then she'll retract her arms and you'll have to start all over again.
This is why Goff said you've got to have overhand swings, because you've got to hit very low.
And it does take as long as that health meter shows.
I hope you're fucking ready for a long ride, 'cause this is going to be a hell... I might actually cut this boss fight down, because it does just loop these 2 attacks.
I won't blame you, friend.
Yeah, it's like, there is very little of interest in this fucking fight.
This is the first and only boss fight thus far in the Dead Rising universe which uses a star meter to show its phasing, and that it has 3 multiple health bars. Or, actually no, there is a boss fight, and I'm going to spoil this, unless you want to cut it out, in Case West that does have 3 health bars.
Yeah,
or
does.
he just has an overly long health bar that just carries over from the one that you deplete. But we'll get to that if we do.
Well, at least we're doing this a lot faster than the fucking time we did this on a practice run.
Yeah, because now you know what to do, but... yeah, if you work together with your co-op friend, you can hit both sides and you can just deplete it quicker. But yeah, the... Oh, and you also get photo ops. Ooh, careful of that.
Yep. And then she gets
That's
rammed
why
in the
you
middle.
don't. That's why you don't want to get hit, kids.
Yep. Don't get hit. Bad idea.
And she's kind of like tracking both of you, so it's just irritating as well. In that you don't really know who she's going to hit sometimes. She seems to be aiming towards me though, so...
I've been playing Bloodborne recently, and holy fuck, just the dodging is so rigid in this that it's kind of fucking awkward. Coming back. Alright, there we go. At least the stages do vary up. It's just a kind of rigid, slow fight.
I feel like we're playing like a sort of Mario boss fight. Wait until they attack, and then you can go in.
Yeah. Dead Rising 2 psychopaths do have that kind of back and forth. You wait for them to do an attack, you dodge out the way, then you retaliate and get the fuck out of dodge.
But at least they feel more on par with you. They're, you know, you're on even ground. Alright, now it's time for... And also, sudden music change where it becomes dramatic. We've got to slam down on these because that fires off missiles to her. I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll watch you.
Alright, hop on as soon as it starts. So this is... wait until there's an opening, get onto it, and then quick time event.
Yep. Now I'm gonna fuck this up. I always beef it under pressure. There we go. Just fucking cold cocks her right in the face.
What?
And then she fucking rams into you. Now, we haven't actually needed to do it because we've been doing pretty well in this fight. There is actually an area here you can go and she can't attack you. There is a rest zone in this boss fight where you're completely safe. Safe for the zombies, but really, they're zombies. How's it going?
What the fuck? There we go.
Mid-fight break?
Anyway, since this is your game, I feel like you should pull off the final blow. Now you gotta wait for these to reactivate, and sometimes they don't. And then it still gives you a signal to be able to go onto her, so then I think sometimes it just doesn't work. But try that one, because I think that one's activated.
Yep, I'm just fucking it up right now.
I'm gonna drink this painkiller, isn't it?
Now you go ahead. Quick, jump onto her, go. Don't beef it. Don't beef it.
Ninja attack! Frank West's original insert best friend character, the ninja. Alright,
He
this...
wasn't as cool as me, but he was a ninja. Whoa! I got fucking wrecked. Right, run for it. Go, go, go. Can't watch this fight scene, I'm looking at button prompts, and that's the fight. Boom!
We did that a lot quicker than I thought we would.
Yeah, that actually went very, very quickly.
I'm
Wasn't
glad.
actually that bad, I've changed my opinion on that fight. Second time around's a lot fucking... Well, it's still not fun, it's just like the same shit over and over again, but... Yeah, it's a stopgap.
I'd still take the Solomon fight.
Yeah, I would too. Because it feels like a more dynamic fight. The thing about Dead Rising fights is they are pretty dynamic. And, like, the boss has a few attacks, you can use any one of them, and you've got a big open plane. This feels a bit too rigid.
Dead Rising has a clunky style, but it's in a fun sense.
It's clunky, but you've got quite a few options, is the idea.
It's Agent S. I'm ready for extraction. Yeah, I just have an old newspaper that needs to be taken out to the trash.
Always thought you had a crush on me.
Ugh. Wait.
Too bad I don't dig flat chicks.
I remember the first time I showed you this and you were laughing out loud.
I was.
You loved it.
You get a double whammy.
And you're like a pungent master sort of person. I think, although you probably like them at the expense of other people and me.
Yeah, that's most of the fun of puns. Like, I enjoy them for themselves, but I also realise everyone else hates them, which makes them so much better. It's like, it's that kind of painless suffering that you just appreciate as a human being.
Haha.
And that is the facts before we go into overtime mode. And because we gave TK the Zombrex, we can get the proper S ending. I mean, this game's non-canon, so any ending doesn't really make much of a difference, but we're here for the full ride.
Yes.
Meanwhile, in Dead Rising 2, oddly enough, ending S is Capcom tried to reconcile it and say both ending S and ending A are both canon, but they're kind of mutually exclusive. They contradict each other.
Oh, hey, hello, Chuckface.
Get back on the chopper! Hang on, I gotta go get TK. He's got a lot to answer.
But basically, ending A leads into Case West, which is pretty much where the Dead Rising story ends.
Pretty much.
And then Dead Rising 3, unsatisfactorily in my mind, really carries on whatever fucking plot they had lying about there. It's like, we've got to bring down Fennetrans, we have all the answers, and then they don't do jack shit for 10 years. It's like, oh, good job, guys. You're a real hero, Frank. Real hero, Chuck.
Yeah, and they say, like, Frank doesn't make an appearance, but they say that he's been living off the grid, so to speak. So, I mean, he wasn't doing anything. And, like, the 10-year gap, what was going on then?
Very little. They do say as well, we need another harvest.
I think even, like, it was a different team, so who knows, maybe they just they tried something different or they just didn't care? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
They may...
It just feels like a weird jump, because it seems like such a proactive, we've got shit to do ending, then there's a 10-year time jump and no one gives a fuck, and that's where the game pretends to end. And this is the new fucking ending theme.
Frank's theme.
Yeah.
It is called Frank West's theme, I think.
God, this is so generic, this music.
It just goes with the rap. And, like, a lot of the music in here has been, like, from the band Cell Dweller. And, I mean, it was just taken from Dead Rising, the original Dead Rising 2. And when you get to Stacy's, they just give it some dubstep. And then you have Frank's theme here. Which is, I mean, it's alright. It's not grand.
I mean, Dead Rising 1 has one of my favourite boss themes of all time because of how stupid it is, and that is Gonguru.
Yes.
I'd love Gonguru, it's just the ending theme, you just end the game, credits start rolling, you just hear, well, he ain't my boy, but the brother is heavy. That would give everyone some fucking PTSD-style flashbacks to the convict truck. But instead we get I mean, admittedly, to this song's credit, it does take the piss out of Frank West a bit.
Yes.
It's not talking him up as the coolest fucking protagonist ever, it has some self-awareness to it.
Well, we've still got work to do, which we'll be doing next time.
You're saying we've got overtime, we're not getting paid for it.
Actually, a name just came up and I'm just going to go over this. Have you actually seen Tape It or Die? There's like this extra... I can't remember, there's this extra bit called Tape It or Die, and I think it was in the original Dead Rising 2. And it was something of like a internet episodic thing, I'm sure.
Wait, are you talking about Dead Rising Sun? Or the recent Dead Rising movie, Watchtower or some shit, which had a guy playing Frank West in it, and I have it on good authority, it's not as terrible as you'd think it is, but still isn't good. I say on good authority, I say MD Chaos told me that.
I don't know, I think so? I've seen that trailer.
So have I.
It's okay.
I didn't watch the full movie.
But the full movie's out? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And there was, before this came out, there was, as I said, Dead Rising Sun, which was a kind of webisode short series about taking place in Japan in the Dead Rising universe.
Oh, yeah.
All I remember is it had some bloke in a wheelchair, who obviously wasn't doing too well considering the zombies. That's all I remember. The problem I have with it is Dead Rising's tone is a kind of Yakuza-style mix of serious and silliness, and I think Watchtower somewhat holds on to that, but Dead Rising Sun seemed completely dramatic.
What about Dead Rising 3?
Dead Rising 3 maintains it. Dead Rising 3 does maintain the mixture of silly and serious pretty well, actually. To the game's credit, the tone is consistent. It's just the gameplay that I think loses some of its appeal. I have complained about the story, but I just didn't think it was a satisfactory continuation. But that is really nitpicky, because I'll just say it now, you don't come to Dead Rising for the story, you come to it because you can fucking slay zombies in weird ways. But I'm a joyless fuck who thinks that Saints Row 3 is an unfunny pile of shit, and Saints Row 2 is quite funny and good, so you've got to understand my position on going too silly.
I have no comment. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just say it's been fun, but we still got work to do next time.
So, it's been fun, but it hopefully remains fun. Well, next time, fetch quest!